We are Deborah and Scott Early, the chairs of the Misericordia Family Association. The meeting is called to order, and we turn to Father Jack for our opening prayer.
We take a moment to place ourselves in God's presence and thank Him for the blessings that have been ours during the holy seasons that we have celebrated. We thank you for the many ways that people throughout the season of Christmas and Hanukkah celebrated their lives here at Misericordia. We thank them for their generosity and for their prayers. We thank them for the countless hours that people put in to make our celebration so wonderful. Continue to watch over our families, continue to watch over our staff and their families. Bless all of us who struggle with illnesses. Keep our residents as strong as possible. So many have respiratory challenges already, and with that which surrounds us so much now, Lord, we need your blessing. We ask that you protect us and guide us always, and we offer this prayer in your name, for you are Lord forever and ever. Amen.
It is our pleasure to welcome you to the first MFA General Meeting of 2024, our kickoff for our benefit. As we start off a new year together, it's always good to count our blessings. Having our son Michael home with us for a week at Christmas for the family visit was a blessing. Returning him to Misericordia home was also a blessing. It is difficult to imagine our lives without Ms. as a safe and nurturing home for our son. I would like to pose a question. What is the MFA? It is many things. It is the liaison between families and the home. It is a fundraising organization. It provides volunteers. It is the Residents Advisory Council as defined by the Intellectual Disability and Developmental Disability Community Care Act. But what we maybe don't think about as often is the idea that the MFA is a we, not an it. The MFA can fill many other roles in our lives. We are a resource for parents. We are an extended family for all of our residents. We are a support group for each other. The opportunity to meet and work with such a diverse group of people at this stage in our lives is unique. How many times are we connected with a group of over 1,200 people from every background and walk of life? At first, it may seem that we have very little in common, and yet we share the most fundamental of qualities. We love our special kids. Each parent, sibling, and guardian has walked a similar journey, searching and working for the best that the world has to offer for our loved ones. We are able to understand, as no one else can, what our lives are like as the caretakers for these challenged, sometimes difficult, and yet totally perfect individuals. We all understand what it means to be able to lay some of that burden down, knowing that our children have found a caring home at Misericordia. To be the wonderful community that it is, we all know that Misericordia needs our financial support. You all stepped up so generously for our year-end staff bonus campaign and contributed $223,000 for our fabulous staff. We thank you.
As Deborah said, we all know that the primary mission of MFA is to support Misericordia in all aspects. But we must remember at all times that the primary way we do that is by supporting her financially. In 2024, Misericordia will require $34 million in financial fundraising to meet its budget. This obviously is a major challenge. Now, it's a challenge that has been met well in the past. Misericordia last year had 7 fundraising events, which contributed in excess of $1 million each to this goal, including our MFA benefit, which many thanks to all of you who have organized, worked on it, and supported it. And Misericordia also has other benefits from numerous sources, including many members of the MFA, which raise a great many funds, many of them in excess of $500,000 per event, and a lot of others who come close to that. And a great many of these are not only created by the MFA membership, they're supported by it ardently. But nevertheless, all of this still doesn't cover the $34 million needed to make the budget in 2024. Individual contributions obviously will help, and many come from the MFA, as we know. Many are solicited by MFA members from MFA members, and those go a great deal towards contributing to the goal of meeting that deficit. But we still don't reach it that way. At our April MFA meeting, we will devote a segment to non-event fundraising activities, which can be done by all of us as individual members of MFA. We look forward to you all joining us for that meeting and for this particular segment.
We are given so much by Misericordia. We all chose to be here and accepted a place for our children, decades ago for some, months ago for others. Accepting this place, we all committed to give back generously of our time and treasure. This is an enormous responsibility. But instead of focusing totally on the weight of responsibility, I would like to challenge each of you to embrace the opportunity to make a new friend, do a project together, offer your support to another parent going through a tough time, bring your talents, try something you've never done before, have some fun. We continue to emerge from the isolation of COVID when our involvement was forced to be remote. Under the leadership of Jim and Pam Caprero, we once again joined together for in-person MFA meetings and for our benefit last August. We would like to continue this in-person re-engagement. Our next general meeting will be live on campus on April 15th. Each of you is so important to keeping this community vibrant and vital for its next 100 years. We want to hear from you. Please reach out with ideas, questions, anything that's on your mind. This is your organization and you will shape it. You can reach out to your site rep, to any member of the board, or to us at our email address, mfachairs@m-f-a.org. We need your commitment, your involvement, your presence. Together, we can do great things. Now let's hear from our benefit co-chairs, Ellen Malone and Kay Lunkus, for a sneak peek at our exciting Benefit 2024. We will also hear from our sponsorship chairs, Connie and Rick Nash, and from the Benefit Book Committee.
This year's benefit on June 22nd at the Rosemont is going to be the best ever.
I'm sure it will be, Kay, but we're back on a Saturday night. It's going to be a lot of work, and I'm nervous. I think we need a third person.
I know just the person. She's smart, she's organized, and she knows how to get the job done.
Really, ladies, we don't need a third chair. What we need is full participation from all the families. We need everyone to do their part. And that means I'm talking to each one of you. I know our families won't let us down. Do you think we can do it? I'm counting on you.
Yes, sister. Hi, everyone. I'm Ellen Malone, and this is Kay Lunkus, and we're the chairs of the 24-25 MFA benefit.
As you have just heard, we have promised Sister full participation on June 22nd at the Rosemont, and obviously that means we need to partner with you.
Kay and I promised to do our part and we're hoping that you'll help us by soliciting sponsorships of all levels for the benefit book, sell and purchase raffle tickets, obtain and underwrite auction items. Also, on Collection Sunday, we need 3 gift cards for Buy It Now.
The Buy It Now section has always been a huge hit at the benefit. We ask that you try to keep the minimum of each card to $100 because those seem to sell the best. Restaurants, experiences, coffee houses are just a few ideas of what people seem to look for.
Kay and I are excited to work with all of you as we do our part to ensure that Misericordia has the funds to continue their mission for our most vulnerable loved ones. Please keep checking the wonderful website at mfabenefit.org or contact us if you have any questions. We're here to help. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, we are the Nash family. I'm Rick, and this is Ryan.
And this is? Hey, Angie. And I'm Connie. Rick and I are the chairpersons for the sponsorship committee for this year's Misericordia Family Association benefit. As you all know, Misericordia needs to raise millions of dollars each year just to balance the budget. Recently, Father Jack Clare told us that the deficit between what the government pays and what it costs to run Misericordia is over $30 million a year. No one fundraiser can hope to make up that large of a deficit, but the MFA benefit is one of the most important fundraising events of the year. Every family is asked to help in some way, especially by making a donation or by becoming an MFA sponsor.
Sponsorships for this year's MFA benefit begin at $5,000 and go up from there. Last year we had over 60 families who were able to help out at one of the sponsorship levels. On the MFA benefit website, there's an explanation in detail of each of the sponsorship levels. Each of these sponsorship levels comes with special recognition, but we all know that it's not the recognition that really matters. It's the love that all of us have for our family members who call Misericordia home. We need your support in any way possible, but we especially need the support of families who are able to donate to this year's MFA benefit at one of the sponsorship levels. We also encourage families to help us identify individuals and businesses who may be willing to help us by donating and or becoming a corporate sponsor of this year's MFA benefit. If you are able to suggest a potential new sponsor, just contact Connie and I, and we will work with you to secure the sponsorship. Your family will receive credit for any revenue generated by sponsors that you suggest. You can call us at 847-651-8718 or by email at sponsorship@m-f-a.org. Please help us make this year's MFA benefit the best and most successful ever.
This book may look familiar, but inside it's got a whole new look. Hi, it's Patty Ramirez representing the Benefit Book Committee with an update for 2024. The 2024 Benefit Book will take on a new look and format. The Benefit Book will no longer contain ads, but will rather recognize all donors by listing them by name according to their level of support. Donors to the Benefit Book will no longer submit any text or graphic files for the book. Rather, donors will indicate how they wish to be recognized in the book, such as Jack and Jill Jones, or the Jane Doe family, or the Umbrella Corp. In addition, for any donors of $1,250 or more, your cherished resident photos will be displayed in the book. So, secure your donors, visit the mfabenefit.org website, then click to become a contributor or sponsor. Complete the online form, submit your resident photos to support our 2024 MFA benefit.
Thanks so much to our benefit chairs. We are looking forward to our benefit June 22nd at the Donald D. Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont. Reception at 5:30, dinner at 7. Now let's hear from our Misericordia administrative team. Tina Stendardo is our Vice President of Employment and Programs. She will present our program year in review.
Good morning. My name is Tina Stendardo, and I'm the Vice President of Programs, and I'm here to give you some of the highlights of 2023 and a look forward to 2024. So the first program I'm going to talk about is our Moore Aquatics and Fitness Center. This past year, we did experience some staffing challenges, and so we did have to alter some of the hours as a result. But looking forward to 2024, we're hoping to get back on track and extend the hours. This past year, we were able to relaunch some programs and start some new programs. And so we host Fitness in the Park, Stretch Night, Hallway Fitness, Outdoor Yoga, and Yoga for the Special Child. Residents return to Special Olympics, Swim teams have started again. Residents are competing in swim and powerlifting and snowshoeing, fly fishing, and we were very lucky this past year to participate in weekly intramural sports. And so next, our Recreation and Leisure Department. And so this past year, some of the highlights include our residents being able to participate in Golden Games, and that is competitions for those individuals that are a little bit older. We were able to host 4 ABLE workshop theater groups. And so ABLE is Artists Breaking Limits and Expectations. These workshops were incredibly successful, and we're partnering with them in 2024 again. Macaulay hosted their winter party, took several trips into the community. Our music therapist continues to work with residents from Mercy Glen, Quinlan, Macaulay, and she's looking forward to adding McGowan in the near future. Residents also participated in Gym Wheel. We hosted a tunes concert, and we were incredibly lucky to have Special Olympics coaches come to our campus to host some archery clinics. We're lucky to have Best Buddies back on our campus, and they work with individuals. They have buddies now from the Marion Center and Rosemary and McGowan. And then this past year, we also saw a return of concerts and variety shows. And so we were able to host over 10 events in 2023, and looking forward to having that number grow in 2024. And so next, we have our school and our outreach programs. Remember, our school is small, but it certainly continues to shine. And our outreach program, we have 3 different branches: the play group, the tweens group, and the adult enrichment. All of these programs are very social in nature, and we were lucky that they were able to take advantage of what the campus has to offer. Attendance in this program has grown to an average of 44 participants on outreach weekends. So the next program I want to talk about is our day services program. And so our day services program is broken down into 2 different branches. And so the first branch is our developmental training, and that is programming for residents of Macaulay, Holbrook, and Conway. In Holbrook and Conway, we hosted a very successful open house this past October. We're looking forward to hosting a Macaulay DT open house in 2024, a very successful Artist and All. Macaulay is also looking forward to planning their art show in 2024. Residents return to employment, both competitively and on campus. The Chicago Connects program was launched, and residents have had the opportunity to participate in over 83 community experiences. And Music Fridays are back on campus as well. And so the second division of day services is our community day services program, and that is our waiver-based service that supports individuals both on campus and in the community. This past year, some of the highlights: we launched our coffee program, which currently employs 20 residents. Our Hearts and Flower Bakery and Cafe employs 14 residents. Again, another successful Artist and All. We currently have 78 residents that are competitively employed. 75 residents work in our micro businesses on campus. We saw a return to volunteering in the community, and so 83 individuals volunteer at 11 locations. And in 2023, Engaged Chicago Classrooms had over 350 community experiences. And so as we look forward to 2024, the team is looking forward to continuing to develop and implement creative programming that'll meet the changing needs of our residents. Some of the goals that we'll be working on include changing a percentage of what programs are offered on a routine basis, increasing volunteer and employment opportunities for those that live on campus, and all residents having access to meaningful and a variety of programming. And we're looking forward to implementing an attendance system for accurate data collection so we can really sort of determine where residents are throughout their days. And so the programs team is looking forward to a very productive 2024. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate your support. Take care.
Our Vice President of Residential Services, Chris Haig-Krakenberger, will speak to us about staff retention.
Minutes to talk with you about residential services here at Misericordia. We'll start with a recap of 2023. It was really a big year of change. All of the residential areas were, and really the campus was impacted by changes in our organizational structures. Each residential area in one way or another saw changes in leadership through the changes in the AVP position, new directors coming on board. Some of those changes were due to internal promotions, which is always exciting for us, showing that our leadership pipeline is effective. And then we also had some new leaders brought in from the outside. And so that's been a nice opportunity to bring in fresh perspectives. 2023 also saw a large shift in COVID restrictions and transitioning back into the Misericordia that we all know and love. That's obviously been a change for the residents, very much in a good way, and residents really excited to be back into their work routines and seeing their friends more and more. And so that's been exciting to see throughout the campus. It's also been a big change for our staff. Many of our staff who are here now didn't experience life before COVID. And so remembering to teach them about all of the new things that they're experiencing, full days at developmental training and different large group activities. So it's been a learning experience for all of us, and everyone has really enjoyed getting back to how things were prior to COVID. Next slide. Over the last year, we've really focused on alignment within our residential services. So what does that mean? Really making sure that our policies, our procedures, our focus is consistent throughout all residential areas. And so knowing that each area maybe has some unique things that they do differently, really making sure that we have that consistency across the board. We've had a strong focus on leadership development of our middle management staff. So thinking about, again, building that leadership pipeline and really investing in the continuous growth and development of our employees at whatever level. You can be a leader as a DSP as much as you can be a leader in a supervisor or director or other role. We've really been focusing on increasing new hires through new initiatives and ensuring that we have a successful onboarding process. The Human Resources and Staff Development Department have been tremendous in bringing in quality staff, and then within each area really focusing on keeping those staff. Really recognizing that the first year that someone is in a new position or is a new hire is critical. And it's more than just that initial training phase, but really making sure that that first year of onboarding is successful. In turn, we hope that increases our retention. And again, we're working on developing partnerships between areas as well. So, with COVID, each of the areas were really isolated to just the area. And we recognize that there's a lot we can learn from each other within different departments. And so really focusing on those partnerships. Next slide. I know everyone is concerned about staffing. We are concerned about staffing. We have seen a steady improvement in our openings, especially in the last quarter of 2023. And so we anticipate that that will continue on the same trajectory moving into 2024. When we talk about our number of DSP openings, we are including the numbers of staff that it would take for us to open the remaining apartments in Besser as well as the new Sillas. In the interim, as you are well aware, we have utilized the Qs, the managers, and supervisors to fill some of our open direct care shifts. We appreciate that it's pulling those folks away from their primary responsibilities, and our goal in 2024 is to get everyone back working in the positions they were hired for. Next slide. So looking forward, 2024 is really about growing our workforce through recruitment and, more importantly, through retention. Really focusing on resident quality of life in partnership with programs, and Tina will go into that in much more detail. Expansion of services, so as I referenced earlier, opening those additional CILAs as well as the remaining apartments in Besser. And then you will see within our current areas, there are several renovation projects that are happening across campus. And so there's lots of growth in that way as well. Look forward to seeing everybody in person in April. Thank you very much.
Madeline Trejo, Vice President of Clinical Services, will talk about the leadership structure transition at Macaulay residents.
Good morning, Misericordia Family Association. My name is Madeline Trejo, and I am the Vice President of Clinical Services here at Misericordia. I've been at Misericordia for just over a year, and I've had the wonderful opportunity to meet many of our parents and families. However, I do look forward to the coming year and meeting many more of you. First slide. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about clinical services at Misericordia, but mainly I'm going to speak about our Macaulay Skilled Nursing residents transition. Next slide. The Division of Clinical Services. So within Misericordia, there are varying degrees of medical complexity among our residents. However, in keeping with Misericordia's high standards of care, clinical services is truly focused on ensuring quality, safety, and professional excellence. Our services include nursing, both on our main campus as well as within the Macaulay residence. Medical clinics. We have several different medical specialties that serve our residents. We also have primary care clinics that occur on site with our local providers and nurse practitioners, as well as dietary services, therapy services, and our on-site dental clinic. Next slide. What I mainly want to discuss and update you on today is our Macaulay Skilled Nursing residents leadership structure transition. Next slide. The Macaulay Skilled Nursing facility in August of last year, 2023, operations moved under clinical services and nursing. Macaulay opened in 2005 as a replacement facility for Misericordia South. It is a 125-bed facility, and it has a very medically complex population. Our residents at Macaulay are aging as they are on other areas within our campus. However, specifically at Macaulay, 27 of our residents are over the age of 40, with 10 of those residents being over the age of 50 and about 4 or 5 being over the age of 60. 14 of our residents have tracheostomies. 91 residents receive enteral nutrition or tube feedings, and many of our residents require respiratory support on a daily basis. Next slide. So with consideration of the complexity of those residents, there was a decision to move Macaulay leadership under a nursing leadership model. This new model is comprised of an assistant vice president, 3 nursing directors, and nursing supervisors. Within Macaulay, we have 6 units, or neighborhoods, as we call them. Each unit consists of anywhere between 20 to 24 beds. And like I mentioned, there are 6 of those neighborhoods. We refer to them as neighborhoods because they truly are our residents' homes. We will have nursing directors who will have operational and administrative responsibility over 2 neighborhoods each. The new structure unifies our nursing and CNA teams under one management team to optimize resources, communication, and teamwork. Next slide, please. Our goals, as mentioned previously, is to maintain quality and safety of our residents within their place of residence. That will always remain a top priority for us. However, our current healthcare landscape challenges us truly to look at all facets of care, manage our resources wisely, leverage technology to reduce redundancies, and work collectively as a united team. Just one example of leveraging technology is we are going to be implementing new feeding pumps and transitioning to a closed system for our nutritional products, which will help to reduce risk of infection or contamination. Next slide, please. So just a brief overview of our new organizational structure. Rhonda Rabowski is the Assistant Vice President of Nursing at the Macaulay Residence. She is a master's prepared nurse. She has her master's in leadership and management, and she is also a board certified nurse executive. Diana Echevarria is a longtime staff director of nursing at Macaulay. She came to us from Macaulay South. She will be having direct oversight over the blue and orange neighborhoods or units. Agatha Bregg also has her master's in nursing leadership and management. She has been working at Misericordia in Macaulay for probably about, I think, 5 to 6 years now, and she was recently promoted to director of nursing. She will be managing the purple and yellow neighborhoods. And finally, David Nerschel, again, also a master's prepared nurse in leadership and management. David was a longtime employee of Misericordia who recently returned. He did get his nursing degree and was a nurse actively at Misericordia for about 4 to 5 years prior to leaving. He has now returned with us, and he will be managing the green and umber neighborhoods. As you can see, cascading down, each area will have an AM, PM, and night nurse supervisor, which will really allow us to strengthen the nursing support on every shift within the Macaulay residence. So we are looking forward to the coming year and actively building into this new model. If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to provide my information. Feel free to reach out to me here at Misericordia. Thank you so much.
Misericordia's strategic framework for 2024 and 2025 will be addressed by Gina Connolly, Vice President of Strategy, People, and Culture.
Good morning. It is my pleasure today to share with you Misericordia's strategic framework for 2024-2025. The framework that you will hear about today is not new. It is an evolution of work that has been done over the past several years. What is different is that we are creating more transparency around our organization's work to help all of our stakeholders, including our parents, feel more informed and to provide a look at some of the behind-the-scenes work that our leaders at Misericordia are doing to help us achieve our organizational goals and carry out our mission. It is also a framework that helps us prioritize projects and initiatives and drive our decision-making. What has remained consistent is our unwavering commitment to ensuring the best quality of life for our residents. They are the heart of our work. However, what we know is that we cannot do that work without our employees. Our employees are critical and central to carrying out that mission. The pillars that have become the foundation of our work begin with becoming an employer of choice. With this, we are committed to transforming the employee experience by working to attract, retain, and engage top talent while fostering a positive and productive work environment. The next pillar is about managing our money. Here, we're committed to responsible stewardship and practice high standards of fiscal accountability and efficient use of our resources. Our third pillar is focused on growth. Here, we're committed to a growth strategy that reflects our needs of today while anticipating the needs of the future for both our residents and our employees. And finally, our fourth pillar is quality and safety. With this pillar, we are committed to fulfilling our mission by providing compassionate and quality care within a safe environment. The next thing that we'll talk about are the outcomes that we hope to achieve with our pillars. The first pillar being employer of choice. Much of the work here is really focused on retaining our good staff and finding more good staff to work at Misericordia. We want to create a culture of continual feedback to and from employees. We want to continue to invest in our employee development, and we want to develop a leadership pipeline. With managing our money, the work that is taking place here will help us achieve better transparency and learning around funding and fundraising. It'll help us steward our resources, and it'll create some ownership of budgets and resources for directors and above. With the pillar of growth and the outcomes that we hope to achieve here, we're looking to grow and expand our SILAs, open Rosemary Park eventually, become a technology-enabled organization, and add new programs and services and scale existing ones. And finally, under quality and safety, some of the outcomes that we hope to achieve include our ongoing commitment to quality services, care, and experiences, evolving our clinical practices and services, formalizing and streamlining organizational processes, optimizing safety practices, and our ongoing advocacy work for intentional communities with Together for Choice. Next, we'll talk a little bit about the initiatives that we are doing that will help us achieve these outcomes. Under Employer of Choice, this is really the opportunity for us to build connections, the opportunity for us to help our employees understand the mission and the work that they're doing, and hopefully, when they come to us for a job, they actually stay for a career. So here, we're looking at expanding our recruitment team, we're offering a leadership training series, we're creating feedback loops for performance, we're in the process of looking at our career ladders that we hope to roll out this year. We're looking at a comprehensive onboarding program for all positions and promotions that provide intentional check-in points for our employees throughout that first year of hire or within a new position. We're also looking at implementing a culture and mission ambassador program. And of course, we have things like tuition reimbursement, student loan payment, and our most recent connection with Illinois Action for Children, which is a child care resource available in the state of Illinois. Under managing our money, some of the strategies include education on directed funds versus non-directed, budget training and oversight, implementing employee scheduling platforms to increase efficiencies. Yes, today we still do our schedules manually. This will create some very happy supervisors at Misericordia. And of course, increased accountability with resources. Under the pillar of growth, some of our strategies and initiatives include streamlining our processes for over 600 applicants, doing a capacity analysis of our current residents as well as our future residents, expanding our SILA services, program expansion to meet the needs of current and future residents, and enabling all employees to engage with technology solutions. Under quality and safety, some of the initiatives include restructuring of Macaulay and clinical services, use of technology platforms to capture data, track trends, and drive decisions, ensure accurate and timely documentation, expansion of security services, campus-wide emergency preparedness, and safety care training for all employees. So in summary, we are in a position of strength as we start to use the strategic pillars in our organization. We have amazing employees, we have amazing volunteers, and of course, we have amazing parents. We are committed to investing in our workforce and making decisions that will enhance the quality of our services, our growth, while managing our money and becoming an employer of choice. Thank you.
And now we will hear a little bit about Candy Days.
Hello, friends. I'm Lois Gates, and I believe most of you know who I am. I've been around for a good long while. Every year since 1985, we as a Misericordia community have celebrated and volunteered our time for Misericordia Candy Days on the last Friday and Saturday in April. We have not been visible since 2019 because of COVID and our inability to secure product from Jelly Belly due to the shortage of cornstarch, a key ingredient in those tasty little jelly beans. But this year, we are back in business because of our good friend, Bill Kelly, and new friend and present CEO, Jeff Brown at Jelly Belly. They are donating enough Jelly Belly sample packs to once again give public witness to the mission of Misericordia. Now don't get nervous yet. We are approaching this year a little different than we have in the past. We still want everyone to create a fundraising page on behalf of their family member as we have seen such amazing success in our fundraising efforts. It is paramount that we continue with this form of fundraising and set up a giving page. We do hope you will help us. We do believe, however, that we need to get back out into the public eye, as this is our way to spread our mission throughout Chicago and the suburbs. We are not asking people to go into the streets. In fact, we are telling you, please, you are no longer allowed to go out into the streets. We are starting the planning process of how we can effectively collect donations without going into traffic. We will be sending out a survey soon to collect information from you. We especially need input from our past coordinators. We really need to rethink our efforts. Surely you would be able to collect at a storefront, a train station, a school, maybe your church, and heavy-footed traffic areas. Let's get creative. But this year, our mantra is no streets, and above all, be safe. This is Misericordia's largest fundraiser. Every year, we need everyone to take part in it. That is the only way we will be successful. Please know how much we need you. We are counting on you. We are also open to any of your ideas. Please look for the survey in your emails very soon. Thank you, and God bless each one of you.
We now welcome Father Jack Clare, President of Misericordia Home, for his remarks.
So hello, everyone. I hope you've been reading your emails that I've been trying to send every couple weeks. I'm a little behind at this point to fill you in. I did get the flu on Christmas, and a couple nights into the flu, they felt I was dehydrated. I fell in my apartment and broke some ribs. So I am kind of a little bit dealing with everything on the phone right now. So I'm pretty limited in what I can do. So I do understand many of our residents' limitations even better. That's part of life. You learn as we age and as we feel our own limitations that how important it is to have people around us who will help us to get us through. And that's what Misericordia does. You know, that's what we celebrate, is the fact that we are here for folks who by themselves couldn't create this world, but with the help of so many good people are able to have a great world, a world in which they're happy and joyful. We have many things that we need to be thankful for, but we also face many challenges. Our numbers are getting a bit better in staffing, but I continue to reach out to you to ask if you know of anyone who would like to come and work here. We would love to interview them and see if it might be the right fit. We still need a number of people just for our current needs. We also are expanding, opening some CILAs, and then, of course, the large homes in Rosemary Park behind us. So we have hundreds of people we're looking for. If you know of anyone that you can send our way, we would be deeply grateful. We will do the training. We just need them to be open with their hearts and to be willing to work and to be willing to show their compassion towards your children, our siblings, those who are a part of our life here at Misericordia. That's number one. Number two, we got some what I would call a bit shocking news that they're proposing a huge budget cut to developmental disabilities in the state of Illinois. So in March, they're talking about an $87 million cut, which would be dramatic, especially to those living in CILA homes. So that's like 2.5 million hours of DSP people. So that's a tremendous cut to all the budgets across the state. So if you have not received something from us yet, I'm suspecting you are going to in the next few days, and hope that you will respond and reach out to your legislators. They do believe in our work normally, but when dollars come, it's always a challenging thing. And so we just need to keep pushing to get those dollars coming towards the people that we treasure and cherish. We also know that we have to do our part, and I know this isn't the most happy news for people, but Candy Days will be here before we know it. And though after much discussion all through COVID, we really do not want people back out on the streets, but we do not want to lose the publicity of the Misericordia Candy Days. People comment all the time, oh, you're the people that give the suckers. And I want to say, well, we haven't done the suckers in a long time. But what they remember is that people are out on the street talking about Misericordia, showing that they believe in us and that what we do here is important. So we don't want to ever lose that. So our hope is that that through the foundation, we will find a proper way to do this Candy Days. We will, of course, mainly be doing it online, which has grown it to such a large number. But there's no need for us not to be in front of stores where it's safe or at train stations where it's safe. We want everyone to be safe. That's all we care about. We've been lucky for so many years, but people are less and less patient behind the wheel, and there seems to be more anger out on the streets. And so it doesn't make sense for us to be putting anyone at risk, but it does make sense for us to be ambassadors for Misericordia, to be out there saying that we believe in the work of Misericordia. We're willing to even get out here and beg to help. So you'll be hearing more about that. For those who like to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, we are having our event again this year. I wish I knew the date off the top of my head. It's always the Saturday before. It's before the actual day. It's the day of the parade downtown. It'll be at the IBEW headquarters again, and Gibson's has graciously agreed to cater and sponsor the event. And so we are deeply grateful. It's a nice way for a family celebration. You'll see elderly people there, and you'll see little children, loads of them, running around having a good time. So those are all opportunities in front of us. We continue to thank the Women's Board and the League and the Auxiliary who are working hard to get their events ready. All of this will help us to meet, even if there's big challenges ahead financially. The bums are getting going, so if you want to get golf time, make sure you get that in. There's so much going on at Misericordia. We're so blessed and so rich. We thank you. We know without the families, we could not do it. We know that it is the parents who most are affected by this. The waiting list continues to be a challenge. We're not even using the term waiting list anymore. People who have made application, the application pool. We're working with each of them, trying to figure out where they are. Are we going to be the place? How long could that be? So there's lots of challenges that we face. But if we work together, we will get through it and do the best that we can. So I just really, truly, from the bottom of my heart, want to thank you. As we closed out this year, we were so blessed once again. I have not seen a final number yet of the money that came in, but I'm so grateful for all the people who have shown their generosity towards us and towards the staff. Your helping with the staff Christmas gift really helps Misericordia too. So all of that is a blessing. We continue to want to support our staff. We did give our 7th raise in 4 years. At the first of the year, we gave an additional 50 cents. If more money does get approved, which sounds like it might be challenging at this time, we will certainly extend that on to the staff. But we want to continue to keep raising the staff to keep our folks close to the highest level of those paid in this field. So God bless you all. Thank you for all that you do to make Misericordia work. And as I've said before, let's keep working together to make it all happen. God bless you.
Father Jack, thank you so much for your insights. And now Sister Rosemary has some words for us.
Hello, dear families, and Happy New Year. As we bid farewell to 2023 and make our way into 2024, we are excited with the plans we have made and what lies ahead. How honored we are to know we walk this journey with you at our side. So much is happening here at Misericordia. Our children and adults continue to live life to the fullest, both on and off our beautiful campus. They love going to work and to programs every day, and because of our caring and dedicated staff, they enjoy a happy, healthy, and active life filled with friends and family who love them. 2023 has been a good year for us because we have been able to open up our doors to welcome people who believe in Misericordia enough to get involved. And generously, they support our mission. We've had more than 10 major fundraising events and countless Christmas parties this past season to continue our fundraising efforts. With Lois at my side, as Executive Director of the Foundation, we continue to raise much needed funds to provide the same quality of life our residents have always known and so richly deserve. This year, we must raise $34 million to supplement the government funding we receive. Please know how important and what a difference your involvement in the MFA benefit is to our fundraising efforts. Each year, we relied heavily on the success of this event to help us achieve our goals. Your support is vital. It is so important to remain involved in not only the MFA benefit, but all our events and fundraising efforts as we look toward the future. We don't expect you to go to all of them, but we need you at the MFA benefit. For years, we have relied on you, the parents. Please know how much we need you and how much you are a valued member of the Misericordia family. We also need you to spread the word about Misericordia and invite more people to see our campus and become ambassadors of our mission. I am so grateful that I'm surrounded by good people who are always there for me. I couldn't ask for more. I hope all of you, my good and loving family and friends, are as blessed. May God bless you, keep you healthy, happy, and may this new year be one of many blessings for all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It is always so meaningful to hear from you, sister. Thank you. Again, we want to hear from you. Please reach out with any thoughts for us by email, mfachairs@m-f-a.org, and save the date. We will look forward to seeing you all on campus at 11 a.m. for our next general membership meeting, April 15th, and at the benefit, June 22nd at the Donald D. Stevens. Thank you, and we look forward to getting to know each of you in the year to come. The meeting is adjourned.